How workout's been going with your guys?
It's been really good. We've got don't have a lot of numbers out there, so that you got about 5 or 6 guys going the same reps over and over and over. They're really good. Tempo's been good. Effort's been really good, and pleased thus far with it.
You pretty much going to stick with what you saw in the regular season in terms of lineup and positions, or any contemplated changes at all?
No, there ain't no changes right now.
It seems like something that's very uncommon for a guy who was going to redshirt, and then he plays a little bit, and then he doesn't, and then he has to kind of get back into it. How much of a challenge was the whole experience for him?
I mean, it's a challenge because he's a true freshman. I don't think it's uncommon. I just think, at the time he was thrown in the mix early in the Auburn game, he wasn't ready to perform, didn't really think he was going to have to play, and all of a sudden he did. Took him out there for 2 or 3 weeks, had him some minimal reps in some different games, and then we made the change, and he knew how to prepare going into that next contest and did very well. I think that was the Florida contest. It's an up and down experience as it is for every freshman, but with a guy that's potentially redshirting to playing to back on the bench and then playing again, it's a tough circumstance for him. But he's done well, and really proud of him.
As you look at him now as compared to the guy who you saw in the preseason, biggest difference that you see?
Confidence. That's the number one thing, And when you get these guys and they come in here and they're straight from high school, they have no idea. I mean, the game is so different. Just the concepts, the terminology, just the game of football. I mean, you got to learn the game of football. You can't just learn the techniques in front of you. Hey, I got to block this guy. I got to learn the offense. And it was a struggle early, as it is for a lot of people. So he did well.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Thank you.
Coach, I just want to ask you a couple of questions about the seniors. If you could just kind of reflect about the career of Rokevius and Kyle and Terrence Campbell.
Rokevius, I mean, a guy that has done everything we've asked of him. Played guard, played right tackle, played left tackle, very unselfish. Anything I can do for the team. Really enjoying him, the personality of him, a fun guy. Terrence Campbell, a guy that, wasn't talked about when I first got the job here. When I came in here, you never knew if he was ever going to contribute. He has been, I think, the pleasant surprise of this season. Love having him on our football team. Very energetic. Makes our football team enjoy practice, enjoy the games, and enjoy meetings. I love having him around. It's going to be a bad day when he gets out of here because he's done so much this season for us. And then of course Kyle Nunn. I think the first 4 weeks of the season, you took our offensive line, and I thought they played at a real high level. And then when Kyle went down, we had to insert Mike or freshman rotation. Just really took a backward step, and he was a huge part of it. The guy that played so many snaps to come in and have the unfortunate circumstances as he did as a back injury just was a major blow to us, and he's a special player for us also. So those 3 guys are going to mean a lot for us, and they're going to help lead us into this bowl game. They're why we've got 10 wins right now.
With TC and Rokevius leaving, who are going to be the personalities on your offensive line next year? Who's going to keep everything fun and lively?
You never know until they're gone. They'll step up as soon as they walk out the door, though. That's the fun thing about coaching. You always have guys that replace folks.
A couple of coaches have mentioned that they try to take 20, 30 minutes during practice to work with the young guys, the redshirt guys. Are you doing that also?
Well, in the bowl season we are now. I mean,
right.
Of course you got Shell and Will Sport. Those guys are working real hard, and the rest of the guys are all young, so they've been working all season. So we're trying to get as many reps as we can and trying to get them a little bit better.
Any of those guys kind of sticking out to you during bowl practices compared to what you saw in fall practice? Anybody make any significant?
We're not scrimmaging these guys early on, so it's hard to really tell about significant improvement. They're working hard. They know exactly what we're trying to accomplish now, so they just got a little bit better feel of the game and what we got to go into spring working towards. So maybe that helps them out a little bit. But I mean, there's been no great strides. So you can't really, put your hand on it, so to speak.
Mike Matulis has improved play. Is he just more comfortable at right tackle than he was at left tackle earlier, or was it just getting more game reps?
I think he's just more confident. I think the more he plays, the more he understands things, the better he prepares himself. Makes him a confident player, whether it's right or left. So that's a good thing for us. He's done a good job, and I think understanding that he potentially is going to have to play both. But his preparation, his confidence, is what makes him a different player at this point. Yep.
Thanks, Coach.
I've been asked, but Coach, what were your thoughts on Ronald Patrick and kind of his development as the year went along?
I mean, Ronald worked hard. You know, he had to step in there and take the place of T.C. Campbell and Clemson, and actually got hurt there on one of those goal line plays and really struggled. I thought we were going to have to take him out and make another switch, but he gutted it out and he had a strong performance in Clemson, and you know, he fought, and so I'm looking for good things out of Ronald. You know, he's a guy that can be a really good player for us. He's got to understand that and get confident and know he has got to be the player that I expect him to be, and then he expects himself to be. And when he does that, he's going to be a fine player for us. But you know, he gives us quality reps, and I think he can go in there and play at a high level if he needs to.
Is there a timetable to get Terrence back on the practice field?
I have no idea, to tell you the truth. I don't think you'll see any practice time here in Columbia. Maybe a little bit down there in Orlando, but you know, he's been around here. This is his 6th year. I don't know if he needs a whole lot of practice. I think he needs to be in conditioning drills and be ready to play for 60 minutes. But as far as doing the little things, I think he understands what he has to do. So I think we'll be okay in that point.
But your gut tells you he'll be ready to play?
Oh, I know he's going to be ready to play. Yeah.